Good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to have everyone here. And from the last year to this year, I think the numbers are growing, and quality and quantity, I think both are on an incline for RAI this summit. And it's very rare that you meet like-minded people from the same field and especially from the same city also. So I'm very proud that this is happening in Hyderabad, and like everybody puts it, dynamic Hyderabad. So let me just call it as dynamic Hyderabad. And when you city, there's been so much, as we all say, from brands. I can see some of our friends sitting from South India and RS Group. And, when you come out from legacy brands, and, Hyderabad has its own legacy. We are all aware of that. I got to know that I have to spend 15 minutes just late last evening. So I thought, short time to do something. I said, I don't want to just use words. I know you'll get a little bored. Few visuals that talk about the journey of Hyderabad. And because I belong to the brand Neeru, so I thought, is there a marriage that we can do with Neeru's and Hyderabad together? So please pardon me if it's a very immature kind of a presentation, but then I think this is what we could do in just a couple of hours. So beginning from 1970s is because the journey of Neeru's began in that decade. And when you actually happen to see, can I have the other mic? So as we look at it, 70s, how Hyderabad used to look. I think because we are all Hyderabadis sitting here, it's not a summit happening nationally. It is more city-centric or state-centric for the state of Telangana. So we all recollect Hyderabad, the old Charminar, the Khilwat, the Nampally station, the Medina buildings. And somehow, the first Neeru's at King Koti used to look like that, called as Rekha House. And that's where the journey began. So that's 70s when we were also evolving and the city was also evolving. So too much in black and white. Can you help me change the slide, please? Yeah. Then comes 90s. Again, a little comparison of where Hyderabad was and where Neeru's was. So when you talk about areas like Abbott Circle and Nampally Road and Charminar again, so much vibrant. 90s was the decade, I think everything was just evolving around the country, and we as a city also were growing. And alongside with our brand, I think this was the first ever store which was in King Koti, where we named it as Neeru's exactly. And 1996 was the year when we began this store at one of a kind at its time, around 6,000 square feet, plush interiors, and the kind of facade and interior it had, it was ahead of time. That time, my late father and the CMD of Neeru's, Mr. Harish, had a different vision of taking the brand ahead. And, again, coming from Hyderabad, he also thought, I don't want to think Hyderabad, I want to think national, I want to think international. So I want to create the logo which is acceptable by people, not just nationally, but a lot of NRIs, as we just heard from Mr. Jayesh, that every one person in family in Hyderabad belongs to America. So I think that was the key at that moment. And that's how we came up with the logo. And surprisingly, the logo is still the same even after so many decades. And then comes 2000s. Hyderabad looks better. The Cyber Tower, high-tech city, Metro being coming up, ORR was planned, and we all know that around the year of early 2000s, we had the great airport of Hyderabad coming up. And alongside at Neeru's, we were also expanding within Hyderabad because we thought, the drive travel should be enough to expand your number of stores. So before becoming a brand, every brand has a journey of chain of stores. So following the suit of chain of stores, so we had a couple of more stores adding on to in various parts of Hyderabad, like you can see. One being in Banjara Hills again. That time it was very naive, very virgin kind of a road, and Banjara Hills Road number 1. Probably after Taj Krishna, we were the only one throwing light on that street in the year 2005 and 6. People used to say, आपकी दुकान से रोशनी आती है तो रोड पे गिरती है. तो सामने पेट्रोल पंप हुआ करता था, वो पेट्रोल पंप आज सिटी सेंटर मॉल था. So, a lot of things like this. I know I can see many people getting emotional by that, but that's a true story. So chain of stores before becoming a brand, before going to any other city in the country. So like I said, like Hyderabad, we also started growing a little. And then time passed by, now skipping to what it is in 2020s. So now when you see Hyderabad, I think there's so much color from a black and white Charminar to what we just heard, like a very vibrant LED-oriented tea hub. So Susan is here. I would like to add IKEA as well. So I don't know if we've added in the slide, but I was told that it should be there. And you see the cable bridge, you see the biodiversity park, you see the whole of skyline view of the Gachibowli and high-tech city and tea hub and events like F3 racetrack. I think so much happening. So are we also growing with the city or are we still there? Same question asked again and again to us. So then is when we also came up. I remember 12 December 2012, we came up with our first flagship store in Jubilee Hills. Again, road number 36, there was nothing on road number 36. I know it's surprising, it's just about 11 years back. And I was afresh from somewhere, and I landed up and I said, I want to do something that looks very unique and that doesn't belong to Hyderabad, but takes the name of Hyderabad to the fashion map of the world. So then is when we planned 40,000 square feet of plush interiors and exteriors and a fantastic facade for Neeru's Emporio, which we came up as. Because the city was growing, then of course the brand had to grow. We had to come from those small stores to a bigger store, not just a bigger store, but a luxury store where people from entire state of then United Andhra and Telangana, now split across, but everybody coming here, and not just Andhra, Telangana, but even people from Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore choosing to come to Hyderabad to shop. So we had that in mind. And today, hands down, I can say that road number 36, Jubilee Hills, is the place for any retailer in the country to be at. Let it be from a Adidas, Puma, to a Polo Pharmacy, to a small, maybe in future, small store of IKEA if you want to buy furniture at. I think road number 36 is the it place. And I still remember conversations of people saying that, why 36? वहाँ से तो auto और bus भी नहीं जाता. So 2012 was that. Today we are in 2023. We are very proud. We could add some value to that road in the city. And again, in Neeru's Emporio, Banjara Hills, we revamped our existing store, tripled the size, around 25,000 square feet, and made it look world class. If you ever get time, please go. We in our team call it as Falak Numa of Neeru, so we try to live up to something like that. I hope we did justice. And same way, when you talk about the 36 Emporio, we used to say we want to copy the Harrods of London. So I don't know how far we've reached, but I feel we've done at least a step ahead, and that's how the brand evolved. And to carry on with that, I think because I was told that I have to be very specific about Hyderabad, Telangana, and the brand as well, what I do and where I come from. So I think there was a pattern that we also saw. Starting off from the old city, Charminar, you can see the market there. And then you can see the map of Hyderabad slightly. I hope that's visible. From there, the next junction came was Abbots. I think a lot of retailers here, our journey started from either Charminar or Abbots, because I can see a lot of faces who have ran a brand or a store since past 4-5 decades in Hyderabad. So Abbots became the next junction after that. And quickly, in no time, then we had something like Bashirbagh and Himayat Nagar becoming the next street. I'm all talking about retail here, so please follow me with that. So everybody said that, yes, Bashirbagh and Liberty Circle becomes like the next hub of Hyderabad. And then soon again, the junction changed. Then Banjara Hills became the it place. So after Himayat Nagar and that, the next modern retail area became Banjara Hills, as you can see on the map. And then post that, we had Jubilee Hills, like I talked about road number 36, I talked about road number 45, or road number 10, road number 2. I think so many roads have been explored now into 2023. And what we foresee was next is Gachibowli. I think after Jubilee Hills, the next junction came as Gachibowli. And next question would be, where now? So, when you talk about Gachibowli becoming the last junction, so there is still so much scope. Why I had these couple of slides of where the pattern from Charminar till Gachibowli, the journey. I can see a lot of people here aspiring to become bigger brands. I see the chain of store formula within a lot of people, a lot of first, second generation, third generation. And we often feel, ek dukaan kafi hai. But really, if you see, एक दुकान काफी है या नहीं है, I think these slides will help you understand that if the city is growing, the state is growing, maybe one store is not enough, maybe one point of sale is not enough. How is it that we can increase our point of sales and capture the entire city? And I can name a few brands which come to tip of my head from South India, from Ratnadeep, Creamstone, Karachi, and many like-minded brands who have made the name of the city proud worldwide. So after this, again, where the journey of Hyderabad ended, so we know that there's so much to explore. So today as Neerus, we are in so many other places. I think more than 18 cities in the country, not just Hyderabad, not just Telangana, not just Andhra, but we are spread across north, south, west, not yet at east, but with a lot of shop and shop people like Lifestyles, Shoppers, Central, and Reliance. We've been exploring a lot of shop and shop with them, with more than 120 point of sales with them. So this is fair enough to understand how the journey of Hyderabad and Neerus began. बहुत जगह ऐसा होता है कि ब्रांड बड़ा होता है, शहर नहीं बढ़ता. और बहुत जगह ऐसा होता है, शहर बढ़ता है, ब्रांड नहीं बढ़ता. So we are blessed to be in Hyderabad. Your city is improving. So many people at the helm of it, like Mr. Jayesh, who foresees so much. I think give him a topic, there's no topic that he can't talk about for less than 30 minutes, because he's so deep-rooted with the knowledge of that particular sector, we all agree. And somebody like him sitting and decision-making for us, if he can say we can do 24 hours, let's explore. I know that somebody will say, 12 घंटे में ही धंधा कम होता है, 24 घंटे में क्या करेंगे? तो सबको सैलरी भी देना है, बिजली भी भरना है, बट इट्स अ थिंग टू एक्सप्लोर. चलता है नहीं चलता है बात की बात, पहले तो एक्सप्लोर तो करके देखेंगे ना. इट्स अबाउट टेकिंग दैट वन स्टेप अहेड. इफ दे आर टेकिंग अ स्टेप अहेड, देन व्हाई नॉट अस? सो आई थिंक इन अ नटशेल, I'll thank everybody to come on behalf of RAI, because they've been giving immense respect to me, and it's my duty to reciprocate that and give you that kind of environment where you should be a part of this association and take things forward. And we should share more information and meet often and become global brands. Not just Hyderabad brand. Wherever you are today, even if we have a store in Dubai, we are always called, "Arey, ye Hyderabad ka Neerus hai na." We go to Dallas and do a show. Are you that original Hyderabad Neerus? So that word Hyderabad cannot go out of us. From any Hyderabadi, for a matter of fact, किसी हैदराबादी के अंदर से हैदराबाद नहीं निकाल सकते आप. So that is the crux of story, and let's make many more stories. Let's give many more opportunities to brands and stores here. Take a leap forward, become more explored in Hyderabad, in Telangana, and then the whole world stage is yours. If today we have Susan here from IKEA talking about here from a Scandinavian or a European country or a American country, and if we can go global with them, I would feel so proud if a Hyderabadi sits similarly in a European country and is welcomed in a retail summit there. So let's wait for that and take this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so
Again, बहुत जगह ऐसा होता है कि ब्रांड बड़ा होता है, शहर नहीं बढ़ता. और बहुत जगह ऐसा होता है, शहर बढ़ता है, ब्रांड नहीं बढ़ता. So we are blessed to be in Hyderabad. Your city is improving. So many people at the helm of it, like Mr. Jayesh, who foresees so much. I think give him a topic, there's no topic that he can't talk about for less than 30 minutes, because he's so deep-rooted with the knowledge of that particular sector, we all agree. And somebody like him sitting and decision-making for us, if he can say we can do 24 hours, let's explore. I know that somebody will say, 12 घंटे में ही धंधा कम होता है, 24 घंटे में क्या करेंगे? तो सबको सैलरी भी देना है, बिजली भी भरना है, बट इट्स अ थिंग टू एक्सप्लोर. चलता है नहीं चलता है बात की बात, पहले तो एक्सप्लोर तो करके देखेंगे ना. इट्स अबाउट टेकिंग दैट वन स्टेप अहेड. इफ दे आर टेकिंग अ स्टेप अहेड, देन व्हाई नॉट अस? सो आई थिंक इन अ नटशेल, I'll thank everybody to come on behalf of RAI, because they've been giving immense respect to me, and it's my duty to reciprocate that and give you that kind of environment where you should be a part of this association and take things forward. And we should share more information and meet often and become global brands. Not just Hyderabad brand. Wherever you are today, even if we have a store in Dubai, we are always called, "Arey, ye Hyderabad ka Neerus hai na." We go to Dallas and do a show. Are you that original Hyderabad Neerus? So that word Hyderabad cannot go out of us from any Hyderabadi. For a matter of fact, किसी हैदराबादी के अंदर से हैदराबाद नहीं निकाल सकते आप. So that is the crux of story, and let's make many more stories. Let's give many more opportunities to brands and stores here. Take a leap forward, become more explored in Hyderabad, in Telangana, and then the whole world stage is yours. If today we have Susan here from IKEA talking about here from a Scandinavian or a European country or a American country, and if we can go global with them, I would feel so proud if a Hyderabadi sits similarly in a European country and is welcomed in a retail summit there. So let's wait for that and take this opportunity. Thank you.